we're doing something very interesting. I'm gonna do a new series, basically called Buff Block, and I'm gonna pick out however many Pokemon I feel like doing. But right now it's gonna be 6, and then I'm gonna play with this team. So kind of like a sneak preview of who these guys are. I'm gonna buff them, in my quotation marks, buff them as best as I can. And I have ideas listed to buff them. What's the flaws of this Pokemon? Why is this Pokemon PU? And then, once I explain why they're PU, I'll get to play with the PU team and see if I can grab any wins with how bad they are in the current state of the meta. But basically, so as an example, right? We'll do an example first. I'm not going to go full force, but I have right here Electros, right? So this Pokemon is PU. He's not very good. And he's not very good. And he's PU, he's not great. He's weak in comparison to other electric Pokemon. How can we help this guy? How can we make him maybe OU, NU, UU? How can we see this guy more competitive Pokemon? What can we do to fix him? That's basically what we're going to be doing in today's kind of stream session, just for a little bit. Then I'll actually do some battling later. So this might take upwards to maybe 5-7 minutes per Pokemon, but I think it's going to be really interesting. I think we're going to learn a lot about specific Pokemon and why they're bad, good, and it's going to help out. So we'll find out what maybe Game Freak could do, maybe another gen, what could be done to help these guys out. Just talking about Pokemon that no one talks about. I think it's going to be very interesting. So we'll start off with Electros. Is PU is below NU. First of all, let's quantify what PU is. PU is okay, here's the tiers. We'll go through the tiers first. Okay? First, everybody knows OU, right? So there's OU tier. And then after OU, there's BL, which is borderline, which is about to be OU, or close enough. Then there's OU by technicality, so they have to be OU because Latios and Garchomp, they're not technically OU, but they're baby forms. So they're Megas, and the non-Mega form's OU, so these guys have to be OU. Then we have Uber. We're not going to worry about Uber today at all. We have UU, which is underused. Very good Pokemon still. You have stuff like Arcanine, Chandelure, Crobat, all of this jazz. Very good Pokemon still. And then you have BL2, which is just below UU. Then we have rarely used. Okay, so that's again slightly lower. Then we have BL3. Then we have NU, which is never used. So they're still, you see them once in a blue moon. They're not great, but they can do one thing correctly, right? And then, it gets better. Then we have BL4, and then we have PU. PU doesn't actually stand for anything, okay? So most people actually are like, is it partially used? Is it anything like that? No, PU actually stands for the term PU, as in it stinks. That's what it is. I know it sounds stupid, but PU is actually just bad Pokemon. They're just bad. All of these Pokemon in this thing, you're actually putting yourself at a significant disadvantage by using PU Pokemon. So PU is this. All of our guys that we're talking about today are going to be in PU. We have Corsola in here. We have Electrode, Glaceon. Oh, man, the worst Eevee right there. We have, poor Hitmonchan, Trump as a Pokemon. I know, there's Pokemon that should not be in PU. I can go over them briefly that I already disagree with. But there's a lot of Pokemon that are in PU that I don't think are actually PU. But, hey, I didn't make the rating. So I can name a couple of them that I don't think are PU already. For instance, Weezing is not PU. Yeah, exactly. Most people don't why is this Pokemon PU, right? A lot of people think that these guys don't deserve to be. I don't know how Savali is PU. I really don't. It's not a bad Pokemon. Or, Stoutland. Stoutland's not a PU. Or, Weezing. Weezing is another one. So we just have a bunch of Pokemon that are in PU that I think just people don't know how to use correctly, but they just get outclassed is the big problem, okay? So whether or not they deserve to be in PU, they're in PU according to Smoggin and other tier lists. So what we can do is try to buff them in some capacity. So this is called the buff block. It's going to be a new segment for me, and I just want to kind of explain out why some Pokemon are in PU and what can we do to fix them. So we're starting with another one most people wouldn't put in PU. Wow, I thought he was NU. I actually, when I looked this up, I was like, is he